I love it. It's complete history, comedy history. But I have to admit, I'm not sure exactly how it was all put together with the Kings of Comedy.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sorry to ask you a question you probably answered a thousand times, but
Well,
as much as I was. What year was that? 95?
Well, it started in 90. We started in 98. We didn't
98?
shoot the movie till 2000.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
that late.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like so.
So
but-
how who did you know and who didn't you get introduced to?
So I knew all the guys. So we'd all kind of like performed with each other at different spaces. And the guy, Walter Latham, was this promoter. And he would do all of us individually at the times,
Got
right?
it.
So DL and I, we had hosted this show, Comic View, for BET.
Yep.
DL was the first host 2 years. Then I came in, I hosted maybe 1 year or 2 years. I think I hosted 2 years too. And then the guy, so he would take Steve out, and then he did Bernie separately, and then he did me and DL together 1 year, like as this the host of Comic View. We were together, and we would go and we do really nice theaters, big rooms, you know 4,000 to 6,000 seats, so that was great. And then he did Bernie and Steve together in Dallas, like in a big, like a 10,000 seater or 8,000 seater or something, where he wanted to see if the idea worked. And then he put it together. And then he called us all. And then he called first. The first one was just me, Bernie, and Steve, with Guy Torrey as the host MC.
Oh, really?
And DL wasn't on the first. He wasn't on the first run. And so we did arenas.
Really?
So it was just him kind of really experimenting with this idea of like having like kind of all your favorites there at one night.
Yeah.
And then Steve and I were doing the Steve Harvey show, so we had like a TV show, and it was like, and you had the Kings out there, and it was just kind of working. Bernie was like, he was just a rocket on his own at that time. He was just on, like he was just like a guy you couldn't even hold down. He was actually doing his own shows. And then he didn't want to work that hard. He had just did like a big tour, and he was like, "Oh, this is great because I can do like a 30-minute set and just kind of chill, and rewrite, but it was still big, right?"
And he was blowing up at the time without any television. Really, it was just stand up.
He had always one of me. I call it the most famous 8 minutes of comedy.
Yeah,
was on Def Jam when he did the "I ain't scared of you, I ain't scared of you, mother."
Oh my God!
And he just blew up, and so he was like the man. Like
that was insane. That was so powerful. To this day, I could watch that. If you told me I had to watch that every day, I'd be so happy. It was just amazing, especially when you get the lead of the people who were suffering before him.
Oh yes,
when the people were bombing before him.
It was funny. I always tell this cool story because I'd actually had lunch with him. Maybe it was the day before, and it was my first time doing Def Jam, and I was scared to death. And I had lunch with him, and we're in New York, and I love to say this because when I say lunch with him, people think it's Cipriani or we're at we were at Sabaro's, and so a slice.
Kids,
but he basically was saying, he was telling me, like, man, you can't let them intimidate you. He said, I felt the same way when I came up here that first time, New York crowd, what it was, and I'm going to let them know I ain't scared of them. I'm going to let them know. And it was like wasn't supposed to be this kind of running catchphrase. It just caught. Like, he really just was going to say it that one time. Like, I ain't scared of y'all. Like, and then he was ready to do his jokes, but the way it worked. It's like, I ain't scared of you. Kick it. Yeah. Oh, heavy strokes. Long low.
Oh my God, what a moment.
Yeah, but that's classic, man.
God,
so
he was powerful.
Yeah, and then he was like that on tour. So like on tour, he always had all these catchphrases. He was like, "Yo, that's what he was like. I like to be in the hammock." And he's like, "What's the hammock?" He's like, "You go first." Because, and Steve was headlining the first tour, so he like, "I'm in the hammock. Y'all two big comedians holding me up." Like, no, you Bernie Mac. He's like, I'm in the hammock. I'm in the hammock. Like,
that was the beauty of that, though.
It was.
The balance of you all was so great. Everyone had their own thing.
Style,
it wasn't, Did Ego get involved or no?
At the end. It was always kind of at the end. It was like we toured 4 years. And about after we shot the movie, after we shot the movie, right around that time, that's when the money had started getting outrageous. The tour was really crazy. We were like selling multiple shows. Like we would come in, we did like maybe 4 United Centers, like like the United Center, like 4 times in a row. The MCI Center 3 times. You coming in, we like, so it's just like crazy, and we're all like, and so the Ego started coming to play, never for me, but but guys would,
Did Steve always close it?
No, he switched on the second year, because he closed the first year, and then the second year he went to MC, which was great. That was, like he does with all the TV shows. He does. His hosting ability is, even when he had his own club in Dallas, he would really be a great host. Yeah. And so, but I think the Ego had him go last that first run. Right. He's like, I got the Steve Harvey show. I got my special. I got to go last. Like, all right, bro. And at that time, so I went first. Yeah. And then Bernie went in the middle, but Guy would come out and warm up the stage, and do a set, and so I didn't go out to like an empty crowd, cold, because it was an arena, So, but Guy would do his thing, and then when I come out, that was the beginning of the show. Yeah. But I remember I was like that young hot fire. Also, when they start doing an intermission after my set, I was the first one. And they would literally do an intermission after me.
Oh, really? After how long? How long a set?
30-minute set. I was on fire. I used to just come out and just throw bombs like. It was like, yo,
we need a break.
Like, yo, my man, you wild with it. Like I was like on one back in them days.
Man, oh man,
like, so that's good.
So in 4 years total.
Yep. And
so like 1 year after the movie.
Yeah, and then we did like half.
And then you're all too big. You got to go off and do your own thing.
Well, we couldn't keep it together. Yeah. Bernie got a show. Bernie got a show.
Milk and Cookies became a show.
Milk and Cookies blew him up.
Milk and Cookies.
looking at me like I'm short. I know what that look is.
I'm short.
Don't look at me like I'm short. Well, bucks a move. When you think about
killers.
Like just killers, so politically incorrect, like the rest of that joke, like you could never do that joke today. Yeah. And we were talking about that the other day. Like, what would Bernie Mac be doing right now? Like, the world's so sensitive, and he's like,
I know.
I'm sure he would, he would adjust.
He'd find his way around.
Yeah, he'd adjust for sure, but still, it would still be right on that edge somewhere in there. What you need somebody to be out there like, yo.
Was that his passing a shock to you, or did you know that he was fighting anything? Or
no, because I had talked to him a couple of times. We'd stayed in touch, and matter of fact, we were actually trying to figure out how to do another run, and everybody had kind of cooled off. It was a few years later before, and so. We were all trying to figure out, like, and that's when I knew he had some kind of illness because he couldn't fly. And it was like, all right, cool. So we were like, all right, touring it up where we had the tour buses out, do a run, let him go home. It was cool.
Right, yeah.
Because it was a breathing thing. It was something to do with his lungs. I'm not really sure. So, yeah.
Jeez.
So sad. He's a young dude and
I know. Dude. And he was just really, he had his first film and
he ended up doing like he was able to get some really good movies in too, like the baseball movie and the movie they just on Instagram was fun with the him and Sam Jackson as the Soul Singers.
Oh yeah,
it's a small film, but if you go back and see it, it's so many wonderful jokes in there. Yeah, of course the Oceans movie where he finally got put on with the big boys, the big budgets.
Yeah. I remember seeing him in an interview talking about how he can act. He's like, you don't know what I know. I can do this.
So he kills it. So
man, oh man, what a loss. He was so great.
No,
such a good one.
We had a funny movie too that I'd sold to Universal with All of Us Again.
Oh yeah,
we never could get it made though. But it was like they had bought it. We were so close to doing it. But it was funny. Yeah.
Oh man.